Follow us on social media. Let's build and connect together. So, today we will start our next topic, that is decision trees, Markov models, and probabilistic sensitivity analysis. So, here we will see tools to model healthcare decisions and cost over the time. Why these models matter. So, in order to start anything, first of all, we have to encounter the challenges why we need these approaches. So, first of all, we encounter the challenges about that. So, healthcare decisions are inherently complex, multiple treatment options exist, outcomes are probabilistic rather than certain, and cost and health benefits accumulate over extended periods. And what is the goal there? Choose the most effective strategy using structured transparent models that account for uncertainty and long term outcomes. So, first of all, we will see multiple treatments, that is, compare intervention options systematically, then probabilistic outcomes, that is, model uncertainty in treatment process, then accumulated cost, that is, track expenses over time, and then health benefits, that is, measure QALYs that we have studied earlier, and quality of life. So these are the challenges that we have to facing in healthcare. Now, first of all, we will see here decision trees. As we have a concept about the decision trees in which we have to take decisions, and upon that decision, there is a conclusion. So, in decision tree is a diagram representing decisions and their possible outcomes, including chance, events, and consequences. So, what are the decisions node? Just like a square boxes where the decision maker chooses between treatment strategies. Chance node, what does it mean? Circular boxes representing probabilistic outcomes that occurs by chance, and terminal nodes, what are that is endpoint showing the cost, find the cost, final cost, that is QLYs or health outcomes. Now, for example, we have a scenario here. A hospital chooses between drug A and drug B for cancer treatment. Drug A yields 2 QALYs with 70% success or zero point 0.5 QALY with 30% failure. Drug B yields 3 QALYs with 60% success or 1 QALY with 40% failure. Now, this is just a implementation about it. That is, we have to define a simple decision tree using dictionaries. So here we just initialize the dictionaries. You will see tree. Inside that tree, we have a dictionaries, two dictionaries, that is for drug A and drug B. And the data that is in above scenario, this one we just embed into our code, that is success probability 0.7 QLY 2, and in failure we have probability 0.3 and QLY 0.5, just like same for drug B. So just we have created here dictionaries. After creation of our dictionaries, you will see we have to calculate the expected QLY for each drug. So by using that code, we just find the expected QLY. So what is our key element? That dictionary structure represent treatment and outcomes, probability values for each outcome path, QALY values for health benefit calculation, weighted sum produce expected values, and what is our outcome here? That is drug A expected QLY 1.55 and drug B is 2. So drug B has higher expected QLY. After that, we will see Markov models. And what are that? Tracking health states over the time. So Markov models track the patient's moving between health state over discrete time periods, making them ideal for chronic disease management and long-term outcomes. So just like we have a steps inside it, first of all, health states that define the discrete state, that is healthy, sick, and dead. This is a health state, first step. Then transition probability, that is specify chance of moving between states each cycle. Then we have a cycles, that is time period, just like typically 1 year for state transition. Then we have simulation, that is track the patient distribution across stars over the time. For example, transition rates healthy into sick 10%, sick into healthy 20%, sick into dead 5%, and dead remains dead absorbing rate. So this is just a transition from one state we are moving toward another. We are transforming from one state to another. So this is called transformation transition state, basically transition state. This is the Markov model implementation. First of all, we import the libraries NumPy, then we define the states and number, that how many states we have, just like healthy state, sick and dead. Then the number of cycles we have defined here. After that, we have defined here transition probabilities matrix. That is for healthy transition, for sick transition, for dead transition. We define here our matrices. And then initial patient distribution, all healthy. We have defined here in state, list, and history. And after that, we simulate each cycle. That is, we apply here loop. Now you will see here matrix structure, that is row represent the current state here and columns in the matrix, this matrix, they represent the next state. So each row sums to 1, ensuring all patients transition somewhere, that all patients are moving at somewhere, shifting from one state to another. And what is the key operation here? That is matrix multiplication at the rate operator that update the state distribution. History tracks evaluation over cycle, and dead is the absorbing rate. Now we will see here probabilistic sensitivity analysis. So that thing, that is PSA, accounts for uncertainty model parameters by running thousands of simulation sampling from probability distribution to understand the outcome variability. Just like that, first point here is that inside PSA to identify uncertain parameters. And what does it mean? Probabilities, cost, QALY values having ranges. After that, define the distribution, that is normal distribution, beta, gamma distribution for each parameter. After that, Monte Carlo simulation, that is sample parameter many times 1000 plus iteration, then analyze the result. So for example, at the end you will see drug success probability 0.7 plus minus 0.1 and treatment cost is $10,000 plus minus $1,000. Now we have also implementation about PSA, that is we import the libraries, we initialize the lists here and the variable here, then we have apply the range here, and then we sample the uncertain parameters in these lines, and after that we compute the QALY for this simulation, and at the end we just append them into our list that are first of all empty, and we just print them. So what we have got here, we got here sample uncertain parameters and QALY for this simulation. So you will see simulation loop. So each iteration inside it represent one Monte Carlo trial with randomly sampled parameters and distribution sampling. What does it mean? np.random.normal, it draws normal distribution centered at mean with standard deviation. Then outcome calculation that compute QALY based on sampled success probability for current simulation, and result storage, that is stored QLYs and cost across all simulations to compute averages and variability. So this is about PSA, that is probabilistic sensitivity analysis, that accounts for uncertainty in the model parameters by running thousands of simulation sampling from probability distribution to understand the outcome variability. After that, we have a decision making with PSA. So the results are incremental cost effectiveness ratio. They calculate ICR for each simulation, and we already know about that formula. And effectiveness plan, that is plot the results showing uncertainty around cost and QLY differences. So we have plot distribution that visualize range of possible outcomes. Then we have apply WTP, that is compare the against willingness to pay threshold, and we calculate the probability that determine the percentage simulations cost effective. So what does it reveal? PSA reveals uncertainty and risk, visually enabling transparent, evidence-based healthcare decisions. After that, what are the key takeaways inside it? That is decision trees best for one-off decisions with clear treatment pathways and immediate outcomes. Then Markov models, that is ideal for long-term chronic diseases management with recurring health state. Then PSA, that is essential for robust decisions under the parameter uncertainty using Monte Carlo methods. So integration framework include that we combine QLYS, DALYs and ICER calculation with these models to guide cost-effective healthcare choices systematically. And technical implementation include Python libraries, enable the simulation and visualization of complex healthcare scenarios efficiently. So this is all about this lecture. I hope it is clear. In next session, we will move toward the next topics. Thank you. Have a great time. Bye.